respected dreamers, seekers, and those who feel like life is always one step ahead of you. Have you ever wondered why, even when you know exactly what you want, it somehow slips through your fingers? Why you set goals, make plans, and yet months later find yourself in the same place, wrestling with the same doubts, fears, and frustrations? What if I told you the answer isn't out there, in some secret formula or hidden shortcut, but inside you, hidden in the deepest corners of your own mind? You see, every single thought you have, every emotion you feel, and every decision you make comes from two very powerful parts of your mind: the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the part you are aware of. It's your thinking, your reasoning, your ability to plan and make decisions. It's the voice that says, I will start exercising tomorrow, or I will save money this month. It's the part that makes you feel proud of your goals, inspired by your dreams, and motivated to take action. But here's the thing. Your conscious mind is only the tip of the iceberg. It's only 5% of the entire mental powerhouse that controls your life. The other 95%, the part that truly drives your behaviors, beliefs, and automatic responses, is your subconscious mind. This is where your habits live. This is where every past experience, every fear, every limiting belief, every unspoken thought is stored. The subconscious is like a deep, invisible river that silently shapes your reality without you even noticing. It's why you can consciously decide to eat healthy, but somehow, in the middle of the night, you find yourself reaching for that ice cream. It's why you tell yourself, I can do this, but deep down, something inside whispers, are you sure? Let me tell you a story. There was a man, let's call him David. David was bright, talented, full of ideas, but for years, he found himself stuck in the same cycle. He would plan to grow his business, to invest, to step out of his comfort zone, but every time opportunity knocked, he hesitated. He would consciously say, I want success, I'm ready. But subconsciously, he carried the voice of his past failures, the echoes of his childhood, doubts, the fear of rejection. And until he became aware of this silent, hidden part of his mind, nothing changed. His conscious intentions were battling an invisible force, and guess what? The subconscious mind always wins. Until you learn to train it, your subconscious doesn't argue. It doesn't negotiate. It simply obeys. And it obeys the strongest signals it receives: your emotions, your repeated thoughts, and your beliefs. This is why understanding the connection between your conscious and subconscious mind is so critical, because the truth is, your conscious mind can dream, but your subconscious mind builds the life you live. And if the subconscious is filled with fear, doubt, and limitation, no amount of conscious planning will get you where you want to go. But here's the empowering part. Once you understand this, once you begin to see the patterns in your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you gain the ability to consciously influence the subconscious. You begin to replace fear with courage, doubt with belief, hesitation with action. You begin to rewire your mind, creating a harmony between what you consciously desire and what your subconscious believes is possible. And that, my friends, is where transformation begins. Not by forcing change, but by understanding the mind that creates your reality in the first place. You see, the mind is like a garden. Your conscious thoughts are the seeds you plant, but your subconscious mind is the soil, the sunlight, the water, and the unseen gardener that nurtures growth. Plant seeds consciously, but if the soil is rocky, dry, or full of weeds, habits of doubt and fear, those seeds won't flourish. They will struggle, they will falter, they might never even sprout. The question is, are you willing to dig deep, remove the weeds, and nourish the soil of your subconscious? Because that is where your true potential lies, hidden, waiting, ready to be awakened. And here's the most incredible part. Every single person watching this, every human being on this planet, has the capacity to change their subconscious mind, to break free from the patterns that hold them back, to finally align what they consciously want with what their subconscious believes is possible. But it starts with awareness, not just thinking about your goals, not just wishing for a better life, but truly understanding the dialogue between the conscious and subconscious and learning to guide it. Think about this. What if your subconscious could start believing in your dreams before they even happened? What if it worked for you instead of against you? What if the voice of fear was replaced with a voice of encouragement, resilience, and unstoppable confidence? This is not theory. This is science. This is life-changing. Because once you learn to speak to your subconscious mind in the language it understands, through repetition, emotion, and clarity, you begin to unlock a life you once thought was impossible. And that, my friends, is why understanding the conscious and subconscious mind is not just an interesting concept. It's the difference between living a life of endless struggle and living a life of unstoppable purpose. It's the difference between being stuck in cycles of doubt and stepping into a flow of abundance, creativity, and true fulfillment. Your conscious mind can inspire you to take a first step, but your subconscious mind is the engine that will carry you the rest of the way. If you let it. Now, let's go deeper, because awareness alone isn't enough. Awareness is like turning on a light in a dark room. You can see the furniture, you can see the obstacles, but the room itself doesn't change until you start moving things around. That's where the real power of the subconscious mind comes in. It's not just about knowing it exists, it's about learning to communicate with it, to influence it, and to transform it into your greatest ally. Think of the subconscious like a loyal servant. It will obey your orders, but it doesn't have the ability to think critically or question reality the way your conscious mind does. It doesn't know impossible. It only knows what you feed it, through repetition, through emotion, through belief. And here's a critical point. Whatever you feed it consistently becomes reality. Every fear you replay, every limiting thought you repeat, every I can, teat, or I'm not good enough, becomes a blueprint for why. Our subconscious. And like a powerful computer, it executes those programs automatically. You don't even realize it's happening, but your subconscious is quietly scripting your life behind the scenes. I want you to imagine this. A young athlete dreams of becoming a champion. Every day he trains with conscious effort, but deep down he doubts his ability. Every time he competes, the doubt whispers, "You're not ready. You'll fail." Voice? That's his subconscious mind acting on years of fear, insecurity, and old beliefs. No matter how hard he tries consciously, if his subconscious mind isn't aligned, the results will always fall short. On the other hand, when he begins to truly believe, emotionally, deeply, repeatedly, that he is a champion, that belief rewires his subconscious. Suddenly, the body performs, the mind focuses, and what once seemed impossible starts to happen. The conscious mind makes the decision, but the subconscious executes the reality. And here's the lesson. Your subconscious doesn't just react to thoughts, it reacts to emotions. This is why purely intellectual understanding often fails. You can read every book, attend every seminar, and watch every motivational video, and yet nothing changes if your subconscious mind isn't feeling it. Belief without emotion is like trying to drive a car with no fuel. You can turn the wheel, but the engine won't respond. So the question is, how do you fuel your subconscious? How do you move it from doubt, fear, and limitation into confidence, courage, and unstoppable action? It starts with repetition and emotional engagement. This is why vision boards, affirmations, and daily visualization aren't just feel-good exercises. They are tools to speak directly to your subconscious. When you visualize your goal vividly, when you feel the excitement, the pride, the relief, the joy as if it's already real, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. And once your subconscious accepts it, it starts directing your behavior automatically. You start noticing opportunities you never saw before, your actions become aligned, your confidence grows, and the seemingly impossible begins to unfold naturally. Let me tell you another story. This one about a woman named Sarah. Sarah had a dream to start her own business, but she carried the subconscious belief that people like her don't succeed in business. She worked tirelessly, but every time she made progress, something would sabotage her. Missed opportunities, self-doubt, fear of rejection. One day, she decided to work on her subconscious. She created a daily routine, visualization, affirmations, and emotionally connecting with the feeling of being successful. At first, it felt awkward, almost silly. But slowly, day by day, her subconscious began to rewrite itself. She started taking actions she never imagined she could take, doors opened that she didn't even know existed, and eventually her business flourished, not just because she worked harder, but because her subconscious mind was now fully supporting her conscious goals. This is why understanding your subconscious is the ultimate leverage. It's like holding the master key to your own potential. When your conscious mind sets the direction and your subconscious mind fully believes it's possible, you enter a state of flow where obstacles shrink, confidence grows, and you begin to attract solutions, people, and opportunities that were invisible to you before. It's not magic, it's biology, it's neuroscience. Your brain literally starts working in alignment with the reality you choose to create. But here's the part most people miss. It's not a one-time fix. The subconscious mind is like a garden. It needs constant nurturing. Fear, doubt, and old habits are like weeds that grow back if left unattended. That's why the journey of mastering your conscious and subconscious mind is continuous. It requires awareness, repetition, emotional engagement, and an unrelenting commitment to feed your mind with belief, positivity, and clarity. Every single day, the questions you ask yourself, the thoughts you repeat, the emotions you feel, they are all programming the most powerful part of your being, your subconscious mind. So I ask you today, not as advice, but as a challenge, what are you feeding your subconscious? Are your thoughts aligned with the life you truly desire? Are your emotions speaking a language of possibility or limitation? Because until you consciously choose what to feed the deepest part of your mind, your subconscious will continue to run on autopilot. And that autopilot may be steering you far away from your dreams. The conscious mind dreams. The subconscious mind delivers. But the magic happens when the two are in perfect harmony, when what you think, feel, and believe consciously matches what your subconscious mind is executing automatically. And when that happens, nothing can stop you. Nothing. Now, let's get even deeper, because understanding the subconscious mind isn't just about achieving goals, it's about understanding yourself, your behaviors, and why you do what you do, even when it doesn't make sense on the surface. The truth is, most of us live our lives on autopilot, controlled by invisible programming we picked up long before we even understood how powerful our own minds were. Childhood experiences, past failures, society's expectations, family beliefs, they all get stored in the subconscious and quietly shape every decision we make. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a computer. Your conscious mind is the user typing commands, dreaming up programs, setting goals. Your subconscious mind is the operating system running all the programs behind the scenes. If the operating system is outdated, filled with glitches, corrupted files, and old viruses of fear and self-doubt, no matter how brilliant your conscious programming is, it will never run smoothly. This is why so many people work tirelessly toward a goal and still feel stuck, frustrated, or burned out. Their subconscious mind is resisting the change, not out of cruelty, but out of habit. It only knows what it knows. Here's the remarkable part. The subconscious mind is incredibly flexible. It is not fixed. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, is proof that your subconscious can be reshaped at any age. Old beliefs can be replaced with new ones. Limiting patterns can be reprogrammed. Habits that have been holding you back for decades can finally be rewritten. But it requires a conscious, consistent effort. It requires that you step in as the gardener, as the programmer, and as the leader of your own mind. Let me share a story. There was a man named Michael. He had dreams of becoming an author, but every time he sat down to write, fear and self-criticism paralyzed him. I'm not good enough, he would tell himself. No one will read this. Who am I to do this? Those were not conscious thoughts he chose. They were subconscious beliefs etched into his mind over years of doubt, comparison, and internalized criticism. For years he struggled. Then one day Michael began a practice. He visualized himself completing his book, feeling the joy and pride of holding it in his hands. He repeated affirmations, I am a writer. My words matter. I have a unique voice that the world needs. He did this daily, not just thinking it, but feeling it with emotion, letting it sink deep into his subconscious. Within months, the fear began to fade. His writing flow, and eventually he completed his first book. The conscious decision to write was always there, but it was the subconscious belief in himself that carried him across the finish line. This is the principle at the core of every great achievement. The conscious mind sets the direction, but the subconscious mind determines the speed and ease of the journey. The subconscious doesn't differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't know fake from true. When you feel it emotionally, that's why visualization, emotional engagement, and repetition are so critical. They speak the only language the subconscious understands. When you can feel your goal as if it's already real, your subconscious begins to align reality with that feeling. It starts to attract people, ideas, and opportunities that resonate with that belief. But let me be honest with you, this is not a passive process. You can't just imagine success once or read an inspiring book and expect your subconscious to transform overnight. It requires deliberate, consistent action. It requires that you challenge old beliefs, confront the fears hiding in the shadows, and consciously feed your mind with thoughts and feelings that serve your highest potential. This is why meditation, visualization, journaling, and affirmations are not just self-help exercises. They are tools to literally reprogram your subconscious mind. And here's the most powerful truth. When you master this, when you understand and align your conscious and subconscious mind, life begins to flow in ways that feel effortless. Challenges that once seemed impossible become stepping stones. Fear transforms into excitement. Doubt transforms into confidence. Stop resisting your own potential and start embracing it. You begin to live in alignment with the life you've always dreamed of, not because circumstances changed, but because you changed from the inside out. Ask yourself today, what subconscious programs are running in your mind that are holding you back? What fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs have you accepted as truth without question? And what would happen if you began to consciously reprogram them step by step, day by day? Imagine the power of aligning your conscious goals with subconscious belief. Imagine waking up every morning with a mind that works for you instead of against you. Imagine living a life where your thoughts, emotions, and actions all move together toward your deepest desires. This is not fantasy. This is science. This is psychology. This is human potential in action. Understanding the conscious and subconscious mind isn't just about success. It's about freedom. Freedom from fear, from limitation, from patterns that have been silently controlling you for years. It's about taking the steering wheel of your own life and finally driving in the direction you were meant to go. And once you start this journey, once you begin to consciously influence your subconscious, there's no limit to what you can create. Now, let's bring it all together. Because understanding the conscious and subconscious mind isn't just a concept, it's a way of life. It's the key to transforming not just what you do, but who you are. And here's the truth that most people don't realize. The conscious mind is the dreamer, but the subconscious mind is the builder. Your conscious mind sets the vision, but the subconscious mind constructs the reality. And when the two are aligned, you step into a flow where life itself seems to conspire in your favor. But alignment isn't automatic. It requires daily practice, emotional awareness, and deliberate choice. It requires that you stop blaming circumstances, stop waiting for the right time, and start taking responsibility for what's happening inside your own mind. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every feeling you entertain, it all matters because your subconscious doesn't discriminate. It will accept the negative as easily as the positive. It will obey fear just as readily as it obeys courage. That's why mastery over your mind is not optional if you want to live an extraordinary life. It's essential. Let me tell you about a young woman named Anna. Anna grew up believing that success was for other people, not for her. She had dreams of speaking, inspiring others, and creating impact, but her subconscious mind was full of limitations. I'm not confident enough. I don't have the skills. People won't listen. Every time she tried to step forward, anxiety and self-doubt would pull her back. Then one day, Anna made a choice. She would feed her subconscious mind new programs. Every morning, she visualized herself speaking with confidence, connecting with people, and living her purpose. She repeated affirmations, filled with emotion and belief. She journaled her victories and rewired the stories she told herself about who she was. It wasn't easy. Old patterns resisted. But day by day, her subconscious began to shift. Fear lost its grip. Confidence grew, and eventually, Anna stood on stage, speaking to hundreds of people, an audience who listened, engaged, and were inspired. Her conscious mind set the intention, but her subconscious mind carried her there effortlessly once it believed. This is your invitation, right now, to examine the inner dialogue you've been carrying, to recognize the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that have been silently steering your life, and to make a conscious decision to feed your mind with possibility, courage, and clarity, to align your conscious goals with your subconscious beliefs, to visualize, affirm, and emotionally connect with the reality you want to create until your subconscious accepts it as truth. Because once it does, life itself becomes your partner. Doors you never knew existed will open. Opportunities will flow toward you. Confidence, creativity, and courage will become second nature. You will stop resisting your own potential and start epping fully into it. Remember this, your conscious mind can plan, dream, and desire, but it is your subconscious mind that executes the plan. Feed it fear, and you will live in limitation. Feed it belief, and you will live in abundance. Speak to it with emotion, repeat your intentions, and practice unwavering clarity, and you will awaken a force within yourself that is unstoppable. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. Master it, respect it, align it. and watch as your life transforms in ways that feel effortless, natural, and deeply fulfilling. The journey of understanding the conscious and subconscious mind is not just a journey to success, it's a journey to freedom, purpose, and self-mastery. And here's the most beautiful truth. The moment you begin this journey, the moment you start nurturing and guiding your subconscious, you are no longer a passenger in your own life. You become the pilot. You become the creator. You become unstoppable. So here is the truth. I want you to feel deep in your bones. Everything you have ever wanted, everything you have dreamed of is already within reach. Not out there, but inside your own mind. The conscious mind may imagine it, but it is the subconscious mind that delivers it. And the moment you truly understand this, the moment you realize that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are the architects of your reality, everything changes. No longer will you be a victim of circumstance. No longer will fear, doubt, or old pattern dictate the course of your life. You have the power to reprogram, to align, and to create with precision. Every thought you choose, every emotion you feel, every action you take can either build a bridge to your dreams or reinforce the walls that hold you back. The choice, my friends, is always yours. Imagine waking up each day with clarity, purpose, and unstoppable confidence. Imagine knowing that your subconscious mind is no longer an invisible force working against you, but your most loyal partner, silently supporting, guiding, and propelling you toward your goals. Imagine the weight of fear lifting, the grip of doubt releasing, and the freedom to step fully into the life you were meant to live. This is not a fantasy. This is the reality that begins when you understand the conscious and subconscious mind and choose to work with it, not against it. Remember, the journey is simple, though not always easy. Feed your subconscious mind with belief, with clarity, with emotion. Align it with your conscious goals. Visualize, affirm, repeat, and feel the truth of your desired reality. Step into alignment day by day, moment by moment, until the life you once imagined becomes your life in action. And here is the final unshakable truth. The power to transform your life has always been within you, not in someone else's advice, not in luck, not in circumstance, but in the deepest chambers of your own mind. Your conscious mind dreams, your subconscious mind builds, and together, you become unstoppable. So today, take the first step. Begin the dialogue with your subconscious. Plant the seeds of belief, nurture them with emotion, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. You are not limited by your past. You are not defined by your fears. You are the creator of your reality, the author of your story, and the master of your mind. And when you finally understand this, when you finally align your conscious intention with subconscious belief, you will not just achieve your goals. You will awaken the extraordinary potential that has been waiting inside all along. Your mind is powerful beyond measure. Feed it wisely, align it completely, and watch as the impossible becomes inevitable.